Right, guys, I know how frustrating it can be when you've got targets to hit and no one seems to be buying from you or wanting anything to do with you. Whether you're calling people and they're just hanging up straight away or just telling you they're not interested, or you're knocking on doors and people are just slamming the doors in your face. And it's really frustrating because you've got targets to hit for the day, for the week, or for the month. My name's Mohammed. I've been in sales for the past couple of years now, and today I'll be explaining a little bit more about the psychology to sales and how it really works. So firstly, what you have to understand is when you're in sales, nobody likes you, okay? Whether you're selling cars or you're calling people or you're knocking on their doors, no one wants to do anything with you, okay? They don't want anything to do with you. And this is where you have to also always remember, nobody likes to be sold to, but they love to buy stuff, okay? No one likes to be sold to, but they love buying stuff, okay? Just two completely different things. I have a perfect example of this, even though I'm in sales and have been for the past couple of years, as mentioned. Whenever, I'm walking in the street, somebody, is stood at a pod trying to sell me something, or coming up to me, or some cold caller calls my phone, or somebody knocks on my door, I'm always the first person that wants nothing to do with them. I'm just like, oh, I'm just so tired, or whatever it may be. And I think my main thing was, I remember obviously right now I'm just cold calling or dialing out basically. And I was like, I was frustrated as well. I was like, oh, like I'm not hitting my day target or whatever it may be. And then I got a call, and I was expecting a call that day. So I picked up the phone and I was like, he was like, oh, like did they just intro? I can't remember what it was. Basically, I was like, oh, is this a cold call? He said, yeah. And I was like, well, I'm not really interested. And I hung up the phone straight away. And I went and sat back down on my chair. I was like, well, I'm doing the exact same job. I'm getting frustrated at other people, but then I'm the exact same myself. And that day I was like, okay, cool. Like I just got to change my whole mentality on it. Because I'm the same person I'm getting annoyed at, okay? Now, I don't know what you guys are like. Maybe you're somebody who picks up the phone and might buy something off them. That's completely fine. But what you have to remember is you're putting yourself in an industry, in a position where no one really wants anything to do with you, because no one likes to be sold to. And you're just naturally going to get a lot of objections from that, okay? So the result to this, right, you're going to get a lot of smoke screen objections, okay? Purely because of this. People are going to be like, well, I'm not interested. I don't have time for this, whatever it may be. And it's your job to handle that objection. Now, because it's a smoke screen, you can get away with it by being, yeah, that's fine. I'll be completely, You can get away with it by being, yeah, no, it's completely fine. I'll be super quick, and then rolling on to the next part, or just continuing your pitch. And I'm going to get onto a little bit more about how you can do that. Obviously, again, with the smoke screens, you really need to objection handle. That's the main thing. So if you pick up the phone and be like, oh, I'm not interested, you need to handle that objection. You can't just, yeah, no, that's fine, and put down the phone, because 90% of the people that you speak to are just going to be doing that, okay? Or saying that to you, sorry. So if faced with an objection, let's say, for example, you call somebody or you knock on their door, yeah, I'm not interested. Yeah, that's completely fine. I'll be super quick. Or sometimes you can just pull them straight up on it. What are you not interested in? And then you, what are you not interested in? And then they'll either tell you or hang up the phone because they don't have a confrontation, which is completely fine. Or they'll just be like, look, like, I'm sorted on my energy, or I've already signed a new contract, or I don't want this marketing service, or I don't want that, whatever it may be. Whatever you're selling, they'll just say, oh, I don't really want it. Or you'll be like, well, you're not interested in, I haven't even said anything yet. And you'll be like, I just don't want to buy anything. Yeah, that's completely fine. And then you roll, or you just carry on the pitch. Don't give them a second to say anything. Don't be like, yeah, no, that's completely fine. I'll be super quick. And then pause. Yeah, no, that's completely fine. I'll be super quick. Just to confirm, I've got your business name down as X. Or just to confirm you haven't got a letter about dropping pricing, or whatever the next part of your pitch is. I don't know, okay? But whatever it is, you just continue. And normally in sales pitches, what you're going to find in the intro, you're going to have like 2 or 3 questions. This is just to create a yes train, which is probably for another story, which is basically, if you get people to say yes, 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 they're more likely to say yes at the end for the close. So yeah, to confirm your business name as X, or to confirm I'm calling the right person is whatever it may be for your pitch. I don't know. And then yeah, so you always want to like air it. To air is how you objection handle smoke screens. You acknowledge it, yeah, that's completely fine. You ignore it and you just resume, which is exactly what I've just been saying. If you're faced with the same objection again, this is where you must spike their curiosity, okay? This is where you need to spike their curiosity. this is where, let's say for example, I'll give you an example. My example, where I was doing door to door, selling internet, like BT internet. So I'll be like, yeah, I'm not interested. That's completely fine. Has your provider not called you about dropping your price or increasing your speeds yet? And they'll be like, what? Dropping my price? No, they haven't. Boom, there you go. Curiosity up. My day job now, I'm calling people selling energy, like gas and electric contracts for businesses. Yeah, no, that's completely fine. The only reason I was calling you is because you flagged off my, you know, sorry. Or you can have my day job now where I'm calling people selling gas and electric, so like just energy contracts, basically nothing. It's nothing too interesting. And I'm calling them, I'm not interested. Yeah, no, it's completely fine. The only reason why I was calling you, whatever their name is, Mike, Paul. Yeah, the only reason why I was calling you, Paul, you on my system is indicating your energy renewal is coming up really soon. Now, don't get me wrong, if it's not coming up soon, they're going to tell me straight up, and because we only work off a 12-month renewal window, they'll be like, no, our contract's not coming up soon. Yeah, that's fine. So I can update it on the system. How long have you got left? They'll be like, well, I've got 6 months left. Oh, perfect. So you actually work off, you actually in our 12-month renewal window, and then I'll just get onto like market statements and just carrying on in the pitch, basically. Be like, yeah, so we work off 12-month renewal window because of X, Y, Z. Or if they are coming up for renewal quite soon, like let's say they know their renewal's coming up next March, but oh yeah, it is actually, to be fair. But yeah, that's perfectly fine. And a roll, just you need to think of it like an avalanche, right? Obviously at the start it's moving very slowly, and then the more objection handles you do, the further you get on the pitch, the quicker the ball rolls, the more likely you are to close that client. And that's all you want to do. Just think about it like steps. You go from step 1, you want to get to step 2 as efficiently as possible, not as quickly as possible, but you don't want to rush the customer, but as efficiently as possible. Yeah, that's completely fine. Despite your curiosity, your provider should have called you to drop your price or increase your speeds. They haven't. Who's it you with? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, perfect. Let me just do a quick check. Boom, and I'm in the pitch again. So that's what you need to do. Now, the second point, okay, sales is not about selling. You're not here. It's not like the movies where if you watch The Wolf of Wall Street and it's just there saying, yeah, like this one thing's come across my desk, whatever it may be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've used it on some people and it does work on some people, but on the high percentage player, that's not what you're doing. You're not like, I know you're in sales and you're selling stuff, but you need to get out that mindset of, I need to sell to people, because bro, some people just don't want it. And your job isn't to force people to, your job is to find yeses, not get hung up on the nose. Okay, and the way you find yeses is by a work ethic where you're speaking to a lot of people, knocking a lot of doors, calling a lot of people, whatever it may be, whatever type of sales you're in. And the more people you get through, the easier the yeses are going to be, because if you speak to 100 people, you're going to find 2 or 3 people that say yes. It's just a law of average in there. It's just like, if you speak to 50 people, it's very unlikely. 100 people, yeah, you're more likely to, basically. So you should speak to more people. That's where sales is not about selling. You're also not there to sell someone, you're there to persuade them, okay? So instead of overcompensating to the customer, basically saying, no, the reason why you should come to us is because of X, Y, Z, no, you need this, no, how about this, how would this make you feel, nah. By over-explaining why they should buy, let the customer do most of the talking, 80% of the talking. Yeah, that's completely fine. I know you're with X provider. Why are you with them? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Have you been with any providers that you don't like? Why don't you like them? Yeah, they were billing me too much. I just had a nightmare with them. I couldn't get through to their customer service. Yeah, it's completely fine. I know X supplier is 100% online, so you're more guaranteed to get a response. But at the same time, if they say, yeah, I was with that supplier and I hated the fact that I couldn't speak to somebody, that's completely fine. What we'll do is we'll find you a supplier that has a live customer service, so you can actually, because some suppliers are just 100% online. Yeah, we'll find you, and it will move you as far away from them. And you're building up your hotspots, and the hotspots is basically like your bullets, which I'll get onto later on. But you're just building off points where you can just like, basically, you can just really like capitalize on it. Instead of being like, yeah, if you're doing most of the talking, you're doing something wrong. 80% of the time, you need them to talk. Like, one big thing about sales, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So just make sure you're just utilizing that. You don't want to talk that much. Okay, and it's a very, very important fact. A very, very important point. Again, it is by obviously asking them questions, assuming the problem they have as well. Okay, usually when you're selling something, you're selling a service or a product that is solving a problem. So you just need to assume they're having that problem. Oh, assume you're with X provider. I assume they're charging you quite a lot, right? Yeah. How much are you used to paying? What did you used to pay? What are you paying now? Boom. Assuming the problem they have as well. I know some people sell like services. Let's say, for example, I don't know. Let's say you're selling like a marketing service. Yeah, I assume you've had like a lot of problems with your marketing, like strategy, or you've probably been with a lot of agencies that didn't really go well. Tell me a little bit more about that. Oh no, everything's been fine. Yeah, perfect. Happy days. So you must have a really good experience with working with agencies. Perfect. Guess what? I am an agency as well. So it's an easy close for yourself. You know, if you get any objections later on, you had really good experience with working with agencies. I mean, we're the exact same. Oh, I've really hated working with this agency. Let's say, for example, there's always 2 sides to it. Why did you hate working with them? Oh, well, they're not transparent. Perfect. At X company, we actually pride ourselves on transparency. Boom, 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 boom. And that's one of your hotspots that you can use. You also want to really use Jones effect. So just a quick one on what Jones effect is. It really started with the keeping up with the Joneses. Basically, the idea of it is people like to do what other people are doing. So for example, if you name drop, if you say, oh, I've been speaking to, I don't know, Alex down the road, or I spoke to Sandra's business as well. I know you know her, or she's on the same street, or a lot of businesses like yourselves, or basically just name dropping, basically saying, yeah, a lot of people like you have been having this issue. I assume you've been having the same, or what's been your issue? And it goes back to that like power of suggestion, basically. It sorts the problem out. This is what I do. So one example of energy, you can have like a smart meter. For those that don't know, basically, instead of sending your meter reading to your supplier, it just does it automatically. Be like, yeah. So I've been speaking to a lot of business owners today, and everyone's been having issues with smart meters, for example. I assume you've had the same issue. Yeah, man. It's always billing me incorrectly. I'm paying more than I should be paying. Perfect. So make sure we set you up a new smart meter with a new supplier that actually respects your pockets, for example, whatever the line is. Yeah, I've been speaking to a lot of people with X or Y issue. What's been your issue? Don't say, I've been speaking to a lot of people with issues. What's your issue? It's very vague. Just say here or there. I've been speaking to a lot of people, been having issues with their price or their service. What's been your issue? And that's usually the 2 main factors. If you're taking somebody away from another provider or another service provider, I've been speaking to a lot of people, been having issues with their price or their service. Been having issues with the price or customer service and delivery of service or product or whatever it may be. And then from there, they'll be like, it's like an illusion of choice. You're basically saying, no, you're going to have one of these issues. Rarely you're going to have, oh, I've been all fine. I've been all sweet. Yeah, perfect. Happy days. Glad you had a good experience. And if they've been like, okay, yeah, no, this has been my issue, dig deeper, basically. That's what you want to do. Depending on your personality as well, or the customer themselves, you can alternate your technique between assuming the yes and naturally you radiate it by being straightforward. So you can like, assume the yes. Yeah, I assume you've been having a lot of issues with the price. I assume, you know, there's something. Sorry. So depending on your personality and or the customer themselves, you can actually radiate between the 2. Sorry, keep switching between the 2. So one of them, obviously, as mentioned, is assuming the yes. Yeah, I assume you've been having issues with price as well. Yeah, I have actually. No, I haven't. But the only problem with this is you can't then say, okay, what about the service? I assume you had an issue with that note, because then it looks like you're digging. So you can assume the yes in some cases. Oh, I assume you've been having price issues as well. Yeah, and price has actually been going up quite a bit. Perfect. It's a bit riskier. The easier one to do is just the illusion of choice, because then you really say price or service, which one is it? Both. Oh, really? That's strange. Boom. There you go. That's how you really pattern that. The 3rd point, and this is such an important point, okay? So when you're outreaching to people, it's very important to understand that a lot of people, well, most of the people, if not everyone, is either thinking about what they were doing or what they will be doing. So past or the future. And what I mean by that, You call somebody, they're probably thinking about the game that you just interrupted them from. Maybe they were just playing on the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever it may be. Maybe they were just about to eat food or just about to do the washing up. Maybe you interrupted them from their work. They were working basically, just, you know, whatever their work is or what they're about to do. And same thing, I was just about to eat. I was just about to head out. I was just about to play Xbox. I was just about to do whatever, or I was doing whatever. Now, when you call them, they're like, their mind's not with you, even if it is something that they want. This is where you come in and you have to bring them to the present. You need to bring them to the now, not and make them almost forget basically what they were doing or what they're about to do. The way you do that is by asking questions. A very simple one that I always used to do, door-to-door, internet, saying internet, sorry. Like, yeah, that's completely fine. Appreciate you're busy, but I assume you've got internet, right? Perfect. And then this is where you go back to what we said earlier about spiking your curiosity. I assume you've got internet, right? Yeah, of course I do, mate. Yeah, that's fine. Your provider should have called you by dropping your price or increasing the speeds. Have they not done that for you? Have they not done that for you? It's basically making it out for the customer like they should have already done that. What? Drop my price? Nah, mate, just put it up. Really? Boom. Into the pitch. Just start rolling. You get straight back to the pitch. With the energy side, yeah, no, it's completely fine. It's just your provider should have dropped your prices and they've not done that for you. Or they should have sent you out to renew. Nah, they haven't, you know. Really? My God. I mean, prices have actually come down, and you have actually flagged up in my 12-month renewal window, and then I just carry on in the pitch. That's what you want to do. And to bring somebody to the present, you need to ask them a question relevant to it. Yes, people, thank you so much for watching the video. So those are my top 3 psychology tips and basic fundamentals that everyone needs to really understand when you're getting into sales. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Make sure you subscribe for future videos. And if there is anything specific that you'd like me to cover, just drop that down in the comments, and I'll just make that video on that as well.